Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So on today's video we are back out at the Swanley boot fair, and this has been an absolute mission so far this year because it was meant to start at the beginning of March, but for the last 3 weeks every single Sunday it got rained off, and yeah, we've just not been able to get out. So yeah, really glad to finally be out at the Swanley boot fair. This was an absolutely immense boot fair that we went to last year. And we got some really good finds, so fingers crossed we'll get a similar sort of result today. With it being rained off for the last 3 weeks, I'm really hoping that it's going to be a busy one, but it is quite cold at the moment. But say that though, it is just after 5:05 in the morning, so yeah, fingers crossed it'll be a good one. So I can already see people setting up, so I'm going to get straight out and see if there's anything I can find. So yeah, give me 2 seconds to get set up and then let's get going.
Is that a PS5?
It's just the box.
Oh, okay. Interested in the box.
I've got 2 of them already.
Have you got any other gaming stuff?
No.
Sorry to bother you.
No, you're fine.
What about any cameras or anything?
No, nothing like
No?
that.
Alright, thank
How
you.
much did you want for the box?
Sorry?
How much did you want for the box?
Won't be enough, huh?
5?
Yeah?
Yeah.
My car's just over there if you want me to put it in.
Yeah,
Damn it, that's that gold bar.
Yeah, that's perfect. We should make sure there isn't a PS5 in there. That would be
Even
the
a tiny little wish one.
sale of the century,
Yeah,
a
just
PS5
make
for a
sure
£5.
Make sure there's no cables or something like
That guy there for buying a PS5.
His eyes lit up. He's like, why have you found the PS5 at a boot fair?
Brilliant. Yeah. Amazing.
Lovely, thank you. First out.
Empty box.
Yeah. My partner said you're mad, and I said, you
It's a
know what,
good
people
day.
pay good money for those.
Yeah.
Do you want to run it to my car then?
Yeah, it's alright. It's a big item, so I stick it in the boot. Don't tell me you've got more boxes.
That one is where I bought it from CEX.
Oh,
The
okay.
game station, and it was like an old, it was a reconditioned PlayStation.
Right.
So it's just
Something
just one of
different.
their boxes, yeah.
Do a couple of quid on that one, 'cause it's a bit
Yeah.
dinged up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 quid.
How much?
3 or 2?
Do 3 quid for both. Yeah. Coffee. Do us a favour, I'll that a minute, mate.
50p for little ones, pound for big ones, mate.
I got that for £5 and £10.
Yeah, 7 quid, mate.
What's your on the Mega Drive, mate?
30 I've got on it.
30, yeah?
Yeah, I've got the
Okay.
box, but it's...
Battered.
Something that resembles a box. He
yeah,
said.
yeah, it's just a shame, innit? I didn't want to just throw the box away.
Got any old cameras, mate?
See what change you got. Is that the only fish you've got? Yeah, I have, yeah. Lola, run round and grab my wallet first, round the front. I don't think I've got enough change on me, mate.
I'll give you that for it.
Yep.
Just on the pass there, so
Yep.
I'll go get 2 quid.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Process in your car.
Yeah, go on, I'll put them there for you.
We'll go in a second.
Yeah, go on, mate, alright.
You got any cameras or anything, mate?
No, I ain't. I
You
don't.
just asked him that.
Yeah, he didn't reply.
No, I didn't reply.
Oh,
no.
he did it. All right.
There's a camera there, I'll have that.
I don't know what's in that one. Oh yeah, there's no camera in that one. What's that? The rod's 18.8 for the set. 80, 80, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, Rolex.
there, mate, yeah.
A Rolex. Power Rangers.
Brilliant. You right, Lola?
Just your regular stuff.
With these,
Yep.
all I was going to do on them, whatever the trade is on the CX, is what I sell them for.
Right.
All I was going to do is take them over there and trade them in and get a voucher.
Right.
I weren't going to bring them, but I thought if someone wants them, they're more than welcome. Oh, top man. No, to give them bits to that man. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, what charger does this take?
Oh, the battery cover up. A lot of them you don't charge it off the.
I can't feel my fingers.
I've got that complete.
That must be the power.
Sorry mate, can I just squeeze it in there?
I might have some more electrical items, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. You can carry on.
What do you want for this, bud?
A couple of quid.
Yeah, it's a bit banged up. You do a quid on it?
Yeah, go on.
It's a bit banged.
Yeah,
It's got
no,
no
it's
lead,
all
is it?
They're £1 each in there, mate.
£1 each, yeah.
They're all
Perfect.
empty cases.
Okay.
3 for £1. Someone might need them.
Yes, no, mate. That's a
They're all,
good chat.
they're all
People do.
50p in there. I thought they're too good just to leave in the loft with the rest of it. And
There you go, bud.
oh, sorry guys.
Big deals.
Isn't it? I can go home now. Your bits. I've got other stuff. I don't take any more games than you guys. They're all 50p in that one.
They're all 50p, yeah.
Lesser ones in there, aren't they? There's copy pin games. I didn't know if people still collect them or.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I collect. Obviously, I've got a massive collection.
I've seen,
so
I've seen your YouTube.
Oh right.
Watched it a few times on now.
You know he's a criminal there.
Yeah, basically. Well, at least it's reassuring to know that he knows that I'm not going to sell it. It's going into a collection.
You're definitely a collector. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I
I
think.
collect as well. I'm a
Well,
collector.
actually, you could actually mark off a milestone for me then.
Go on then.
So, depending on what I get off you,
Yeah.
I'll hit 3,500 games.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? I collect myself,
Yeah.
but I stopped. Like, I don't collect Xbox. I don't collect above PS2
Right.
because it's just too much. I just space. I keep putting it in the loft.
I'm the same one, literally.
Cheers, mate.
Is a bit, isn't it?
Should be out buying, not selling, but got too much in the shed.
Good? Good to see you, man. As always.
Anything?
At least it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. What
Go on, talk to me.
what we gone?
50p's.
Yeah.
3 for £1.
What are we saying conditions?
Have a look. It's just stuff I keep chucking in boxes. They're all empty, Ed.
All of them
They're
empty.
all
You got
empty
too many
cases.
games already, Ed. You can't have none.
They're all
Too
£1
many.
each,
Only
guys.
more.
And then there's some couple of bits
£1
in that
each,
one.
yeah?
Yeah, all £1 each in there, mate.
I'm gonna come back and hunt because I'm gonna get some.
Yeah,
Definitely.
go on, you're right, mate. Go on, do it. Got to do.
Right.
Go on, mate.
What do you think?
Pull that bag down.
Oh.
I'll do 25 on that,
Yep.
as it is with the box,
But
as it is. So I'm gonna have to work it
60
out.
for a lot.
Light lads, are you? Oh, hello, man. Made the trip, have we?
20. I want 20 quid on the DS.
Okay.
So it's 45. What game you got there?
36.
Yeah, I can't go nowhere near that.
What do you reckon?
I've got to work out these because, like I said, I'm just going to take them over there. They're I'm not too bothered about. They were 50 each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a tenner.
Okay.
12, 14. Do that for 2 quid.
Yep.
14. I'll do that for 15.
15.
14, 15. So it's 29. That's 20 quid.
Yeah. So
49. 25 on that.
Yeah.
69, 70.
Yeah, you've had a lead going for it, look.
49, 69, 74.
yeah.
So that works out 74.
Yep.
So I'll do that for 70.
Okay.
And then I've got to work out what they are because I'm just going to trade them in.
Yeah.
So if you want to pay, if you want to do it that way,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Let's have a look.
What, they sealed? Yeah. How you doing, Joe? All right?
Yeah, good mate. You?
So trades in at 8.
Don't mess with him, Stu. He's got a sword.
4, so it's 12.
That, a sword over there. One of those.
12, 20,
8 as
You know, those
well.
ones.
20,
Fencing.
8 as well, 28 and 8 again.
8 again. Yeah.
28, so 30, right, 28, 36. So I'll do 35 on them and 70 on that.
Call it an even 100. Blinded.
Yeah, they are.
How much are these?
That one's 25.
What's the best price you can do?
20.
Take 15. I'll do 20 then.
What's you having your PS4?
No, they're the only ones we've got.
Sorry?
They're the only ones we've got.
No, how much?
Oh,
The
that
PlayStation?
one is
Yeah.
80.
80.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much?
These ones, 15.
What's you having that one? What's you having that one?
5.
You match what the other guy got? 20? Yeah. You better go. What's that?
What I need.
Alright, yeah. The wife got a bit happy getting me fivers. Amazing, thanks a lot. I'll be interested to see what that is. See if we can get his attention as to what it is, how much it is.
Oh, 45.
45? Yeah. Not bad.
I don't have battery. You need the battery inside.
Do you want to have a look at the Vita there, mate?
This one?
Yeah.
55.
Cheers. How much?
55.
55, alright. Yeah, alright, cheers, mate.
Oh, it's working. Just using the charge. Usually I have the price in the back. Oh, okay, cool. 8 pounds, 4 pounds, 3 pounds. This is £5.
What's that one? 5.
He's got like a transit, but that's what I mean.
45.
That's what I'm saying. If he could turn it on and it was working,
Yeah.
it's not like a massive Sonic one.
Yeah.
You have to buy more games.
Yeah, okay.
What do you want?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll do a £5 on that. Anything you can do on them? Because
5 or 7 I go for 5.
yeah, that
This is
I can get it for £1 at CEX. That's £2 at CEX. So
and this one 4 pounds.
yeah, once again, that's £1. There, mate. Cheers. How much do you have any games, mate?
This one is £3.
£3. What about PS4s?
One with wires is 60, one without wires is 50.
Okay.
This one is 5.
25.
No, 5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah.
Do both for a £5? Do anything on it?
Can't do anything. This is good price. £5 for the mist. Should
Do
be
that for
8,
two?
I can do for 7, yeah.
7, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so that is going to wrap up a trip to a absolutely out of this world Swanley boot fair. Yeah, some of the bits that we've picked up today absolutely blew my mind when I found them, and yeah, I will admit there are some real surprises in here as well. So let's dive straight in and start having a look. And the first game that we've got is actually an Xbox One game, and that is the Escapists. Is it Escapists? Yes, Escapists. I thought it was Escape Artists for a minute in. So yeah, a Team 17 game. I will admit, when I was playing this, when it first was loading up, it really reminded me of Prison Architect. And yeah, I've seen this game before, never played it, but I actually have to say, it was really, I was really intrigued by it. It's definitely one that I'm going to pick up a bit more and actually spend a bit more time. I think I I didn't even get to an escape plan on the bit that I played capturing the footage. So yeah, it's definitely one I'm probably going to look at a couple of videos online first, and because I've just got no clue. I've never been in jail, so I don't know how to escape from one. But yeah, it looks like a really, really good puzzle game. So definitely one I'm looking forward to playing a bit more of. We paid £2 for that. Goes for £3 at CEX, £4 on eBay. Then managed to pick up a copy of the Sims 4 on the PC. I will admit, it's one thing I've got to do. I'm going to try and do it sooner rather than later. I've actually got to go through all of my Sims games and actually make note of what I've got. I think they're all scanned into my app, but I don't ever check the app when I'm at the boot fairs for some reason. Well, I do. I occasionally check it, but that's normally for things like on the Xbox 360 or the PS2, PS3, stuff like that. I don't really check when I'm picking up PC games, so I need to check. I've probably got about 10 copies of Sims 4 now. But yeah, it was there. It was £1, so I decided just to grab it. As I say, it goes for £1. Couldn't find this one listed at CEX, which was quite interesting. But it goes for about £6 on eBay, so not too bad. Right, and carrying on with the PC games, we've got a couple more. And first one that we've got is Command & Conquer Worldwide Warfare. So this is the original Command & Conquer Red Alert. I think actually it's got quite a few games. So it's got the original Command & Conquer plus the expansion pack, Covert Operations. Then it's got Command & Conquer Red Alert, the first one, and both of the add-ons for that as well. So that is Counter-Strike and the Aftermath. Yeah, I will admit I'm a massive fan of the Red Alert series. Played Red Alert 1 back in the day. I remember playing it on my cousin's computer. Red Alert 2, I absolutely loved that game. I put so much time into it. And yeah, it's not a game I've been able to jump back onto recently. But yeah, I used to love playing Red Alert 2. And I've got copies of it. I think I've got it on my... I don't think Origin exists anymore, does it? It was something, I think they've changed it to something else. But I've got it on there. And so I can play it on my Windows 10 machine. But it's just getting the time to sit there and play it. So yeah, I saw that there. It had sort of all of them in there. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab it, put it into the collection. Unfortunately, it is just a dual case. There's no big box for this one. But we paid 20p for that. Goes for £6 at CEX. And for some reason, £20 on eBay. So yeah, don't know why that's so expensive on eBay. Then another PC game and another game I absolutely loved. I've played both of the games in this series, completed them both, and that is Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. This one we have already got. I believe we've already got this on the PC. I know I've got it on the PS2, but I think I've got it on the PC as well. But this one, it's not one I've seen before. This is a double pack which comes with the expansion pack as well. So this is set phasers to frag. So it looks like it's multiplayer maps. Virtual tour mode. 21 new multiplayer maps. New characters, including Captain Janeway as Borg. That could be a bit interesting. So yeah. As I say, it was a game that I really loved, so that's why I picked it up. Once again, 20p for that, £5 at CEX, £12 on eBay. And then from the same seller as those two as well, I also picked up this, which is Godzilla the Series, Monster Mayhem. So this is an animated series that was released, I believe, in the 90s. Yeah, 98, 99. So yeah, I saw it. It's not one that I had in the collection, so decided to pick it up. It is an NTSC disc, but it is still sealed. But I probably will end up opening it and changing the case out because the case is starting to fray a bit. So that one, we paid 50p for that. Goes for £2 at CEX, obviously in the PAL version, and £7 on eBay. Then the next game that we got was The Crew 2. So we had recently got this. I can't remember. I know it's been in a recent video, but from what I remember, the disc was heavily damaged. So I was keeping my eye out for another copy of it. I will admit I haven't played this one. I haven't captured any footage for it, purely because I haven't actually got an active PS Plus subscription at the moment. Yeah, I've just not had a chance to renew it, and where I've not really been playing it too much, not been playing online too much, I haven't had a chance to do it. So I'm probably, I know the end of this month I've got to renew my my Xbox Game Pass, so I'm going to do that at the end of this month, and then probably the end of next month I'll renew my PS Plus. But with the PS Plus I don't get the premium pack, I just get the basic one for online play. So Crew 2, we paid £5 for that, goes for £15 at CEX and £12 on eBay. Then next up we got a couple of boxes, and one of these boxes we have to credit Nicky for, because he did notice it before I did. So he didn't notice these second two, or the first two that I'm going to show you, sorry. So the first one that we got was an Xbox Series S. So this is the 512 model. We've already got one in the collection, so we've got the actual Series S that we've got, that I got off a friend at work. That come boxed. So I probably will end up just listing this online and selling it, because yeah, it sells for about £20 online. So yeah, I should end up with about, well, with the size and that, probably end up about a tenner profit by selling it online. So yeah, obviously we don't need this for the collection. This was purely picked up to sort of bring a bit of money into the game fund. And the other box that we got, I just picked it up because it was there, and it's a big white one. So what this is this is a PlayStation 4 refurbished box. So if you send your PS4 off to Sony, when you receive it back, this will be the box that it will come in. So yeah, it was something a bit different. I'm not going to be putting it on display or anything like that, but it is a nice one to have sort of in the background. So actually with the boxes, paid £2 for the Series S box, paid £1 for the PS4 box. And before we get on to the last box, or the box that Nicky showed, actually, there is something I have missed. And that is, we ended up picking up a whole load of Pokemon boxes. So we've got 3 there. I've got another one there which has got some cards in. Also picked up a 151 Ultra Premium collection. Unfortunately, there is nothing in it. I would have been over the moon with what I paid to have something in that. And then we also got a tin that was full of cards as well. The tin is literally now just full of energy cards, and then all the other cards were put into this box. Paid so I paid £12 for the tin of cards, and then paid £3 for all of the boxes. To be honest, with these boxes, the reason I get them is because I use them to store the cards that I don't have albums for. Right, and now we can get on to the other box, and this is the box that Nicky found, and it is a PS5 box. So it was so funny when I was picking this up, because as I say, we were walking along, and Nicky happened to notice it in the sort of top of the woman's van, and she was like, "Oh, is that a PS5?" And when she was like, "Oh, it's just the box," he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no problems." And initially I was like, yeah, no, I'm not really interested. But then I thought about it. I was like, no, I am going to pick it up. And the reason for that is because I knew from where I've been looking for boxes for different consoles, I had seen, and I think I get alerts from eBay for empty console boxes. And I've seen a couple of the PS5 ones come through. So I knew they actually sold quite well on eBay. So I asked her what she wanted. She wanted a £5 for it, and as we were going through, she was sort of showing me everything that's in there, and literally everything is in there apart from like the console controller and all the other bits, the manuals, the protective bags, everything's in there, so it's in really complete condition. But just out the corner of my eye I could see someone hovering, and I could just tell that they were waiting to get to this, thinking that it was a PS5. And then I think he noticed that it was just the empty box, and that's when he walked off. But yeah, so I ended up paying a £5 for it, and then, as I say, looking up online, they actually go for £30, not £40. So once again, once all said and done, I should walk away with about a £15 profit on that. So that's some nice money to put into the game fund. So yeah, I am always on the lookout for empty boxes, especially at the boot fairs. I've been seeing a lot more people bringing empty boxes to the boot fairs, and yeah, especially if it's something that I don't have, I'll definitely pick it up all day long. There's a couple of consoles now that I am really desperate to get boxes for. I think the one that's top of my list is the original Xbox. I've got my 360 Slim, Xbox One, Series S, PS3, PS2. Yeah, I've got all my PlayStations, got all my Nintendos, apart from the Wii U. I need a Wii U box. Yeah, I think we're very, very close to having a lot of the boxes that I want. Oh, the Atari. Well, actually no, because we've got the black Atari now, haven't we? Jaguar, that's another one that I want. I want to get a box, but I know the Jaguar boxes, they are really expensive. When I've looked at them, they're like anywhere up to £100. So yeah, that might be a bit of a pipe dream. But yeah, if I'm at the boot fairs, I will always look for boxes. Right, so moving on. Actually, one of the other boxes that was in the Pokemon box was this one. I can't remember what the collection's called. But yeah, I've seen it about, I think the collection is like brand new, it goes for about £30. Put that over there. Right, right, next up. I think the majority of this next lot, and the majority of what's left actually come from one seller. So I did buy an absolute truckload off this seller. And the first lot we've got is a whole load of demo discs. And the first ones that we've got is a whole stack of the official PlayStation magazine demo discs. And it's actually led me to a bit of a thought with these. So I've actually been online and I've looked up how many of these actually exist. So there are 101 normal issues. And then I think there was 19 special issues. So there's about 120 in total. So I've probably got about 10, maybe 15 of them. So yeah, I'm actually going to be looking. I'm going to probably start picking. I'm going to definitely make sure I'm going to pick these up whenever I see them now. And I'm actually going to try and go for a full set of these. Because I mean, there are people that have got full sets. But it's not a common thing that you see people collect. So yeah, whenever I see these now, I know one of my local charity shops has got a whole load of them. I've been in there before. They're priced anywhere between £1 and £2. So I don't normally like to pay that for them, but to give the collection a bit of a kickstart, I might try and pop in and see if I can pick some of them up that we don't have. So at the moment we've got, in this pile here, we've got special edition 6 and 9, and then we've got normal issue 18, 22, 23 and 56. And as I say, we've got a whole load already in the collection as well. So I think we've got about another 5 or 6 as well. Plus there are some more coming up in a future boot fair video as well. And then I'll give you the price on them in a minute, because as I say, I did do, he done me a really good bundle deal. So what we got there, we got 2, 4, so we've got 6 there. Then we've got a whole selection of PS World demo DVDs. We've got volume 22, 27, 72, 78 and 81. Once again, I've got a couple of these in the collection. I've got about 2 or 3 already. But at the moment it is the official PlayStation 2 magazine that I'm going to be going for. And then finally, we've then got another 3, and this is PSM or PSM 2. So it's PlayStation 2 magazine. We've got disc 44, 72 and 73. So yeah, what do we have in total? So we've got 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 PlayStation 2 demo DVDs. And for all of them we paid £7. On average they sort of float around the sort of £5–6 mark each. So yeah, not too bad there, really happy with those. I'm just going to put them down here. But in addition to that as well, also got a couple of 360 ones as well. So this is the, oh no, sorry, not 360, the original Xbox. So these are the official Xbox magazine. We've got disc 1 and then we've got disc 14, or issue 1 and issue 14. For those two we paid £1. And then once again, I think on average they run for about £6. Right, this next one, I will admit I even had it played. I even played the name through Google before I started recording the video, but I completely forgot how to pronounce it. So it's that one. Is it Azuki? I think is how you pronounce it. Azuki Rise of the something. I'll put it up on the screen. So that's an original Xbox game, and this one was a bit problematic because when I got it home it was saturated. I didn't notice it at the boot fair. I don't know whether it was because it was so early and the sort of condensation, but this was just soaked. When I got it, it was complete, but the manual was so wet that it was just ruined. So I ended up having to throw the manual away, which I absolutely hated doing, but it was just a wedge at that point. It was just no good. You couldn't even separate the pages. It was so bad. So yeah, unfortunately we bought it as a complete in box, but because of condition it ends up sort of missing the manual, which is a bit of a shame. So we paid 50p for that. Goes for, couldn't find it listed at CEX, but goes for £8 on eBay. And then another one that we got that was in perfect condition, and that was flat out on the original Xbox. So this, once again, this one is complete. It's got everything in there and it had no water damage to speak of. So really happy with that. And I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I love my racing games to start with. But this one, it just felt like a cross between Burnout and Destruction Derby. And yeah, two games that I think are absolutely amazing. I love Destruction Derby. I've got amazing memories of playing that on the original PlayStation. So yeah, when I was playing it, I thoroughly enjoyed playing through this. I think I only played one race, but once again, it was just a really easy game. Really enjoyed it, and I will say the destruction, the sort of destruction mechanics within the game looked really good as well. So yeah, definitely a game that's going to feature very prominently on my original Xbox playlist. That one, once again, paid 50p for that. Goes for £3 at CEX and £9 on eBay. Right, next up, so this one, next one's another double, but it was bought purely for resale, once again just to put a bit more money back into the game fund, and that is Star Wing on the Super Nintendo. So the reason why this is it was bought for resale is because I do actually have it complete in box. I think I bought that really early on in the channel actually. I think I might have even... No, I had my Super Nintendo before the channel. So, but yeah, that was one of the very early complete in box Super Nintendo games that I bought. But yeah, I saw it there. I thought it'd be worth a pickup just to flip. I will say not so much. So I ended up paying £1 for it. Goes for £5 at CEX and £9 on eBay. So yeah, I'll scrape a couple of quid profit on that. But yeah, is what it is. Right, so next up we've got a bit of an accessory, and this is the official PS1 multi-tap. So I've never actually had one of these, and yeah, I saw it there. Just literally grabbed it as soon as I saw it, because it is something I've been wanting to add into the collection for a while. We did pick up the PS2 multi-tap a couple of weeks ago, but that wasn't the official Sony one. I think that was a Joytech one. So yeah, to see the official Sony one there, I did just grab it. What did we pay for that? Paid £1 for that one. Goes for £5 at CEX, £10 on eBay. And then actually, just as I was leaving the stall, so I've got a couple more bits that I did buy from this seller, but as I was leaving, he also chucked this in as well for nothing, and that was the Pokemon 2011 annual, which I was more than happy to take, because anytime I can get a new Pokemon manual for the collection is really good. I don't think we've got 2011 issue as well, so yeah, really good, really chuffed to have that. And I'm running out of space. Right, what's next? Right, so next up we have got a console, and this one it's half boxed, I'm going to go with. And it is a Mega Drive, but as you can see, the box is absolutely trashed. So what I'm probably going to do is I am going to flip this, because we've already got this model in the collection. So yeah, it was bought to flip. I will say I think I did pay too much for it as a flip. So I think it's got everything bar the controller, if I remember rightly. Yeah, got the power lead, got the AV, but it just didn't have a controller. So what I ended up doing is I did buy a couple of controllers off eBay. I actually got them in a auction, I believe. Yeah, I got them in an auction. I ended up paying £8 and 20p for them. So one of them is official, one of them's aftermarket. So I'm going to put the official one with the console, and yeah, I'm probably just going to get it listed on eBay. So I ended up paying £25 for the console. So once we put the controller in, I'm into it for about just over £29. And CEX charge £65 for it. If I was to trade it in for CEX vouchers, I'd end up with about £35 in vouchers. So what I might do, I might look to do that. I'll just see. I'm just going to play it by ear. We've got another CEX video coming up in a few weeks' time. So what I might do is I might get this listed. If it doesn't sell by then, I might just trade it into CEX for the £35. I'll make a couple of quid to go towards the game fund on that day. And then another console that we got, this one I am probably going to keep, and that is a DSi White. Now I have tried to test it. I will admit it does need some work. I didn't realise quite how much work it needed when I was looking at it at the booth fair. So the bottom screen is quite scratched up, so I need to get a new lens cover for that. And then looking at it, the charging port is busted, so I am going to have to change that out as well. Not both of those are easy to do. Probably sort of a half-hour job at most. I probably will make that into a repair video, because I have got quite a few consoles now that are needing a bit of TLC. I've even got a couple that I've got no Nicky's asked me to have a look at one of his Xbox Ones. So yeah, I might do that on a video as well. But yeah, for the DSi, we paid £20 for that. They sell for £50 at CEX and £40 on eBay. And then next up, we've got a whole bunch of 3DS games. And I will say straight off the bat, 90% of these are going to be getting chopped into CEX on our next CEX video. As I say, I'm looking to go out. I'm just waiting for Nicky to have a day off on a Saturday, so that we can go out. We're actually going to go out to a different town, one that I've never gone to before. We'll do the charity shops and CEX and everything else in the town. But yeah, so most of these are going to get chopped into CEX. So the first one that we've got is Mario Kart 7. Once again, this is a double, so this one's going to get chopped in. It works out I actually paid £6 for all of the 3DS games. So yeah, £6 for that. Sells for £12 at CEX, but it'll give an £8 voucher. And then it sells for £10 on eBay. So if I was to sell it on eBay after fees, shipping, and everything like that, would be looking at a total return of £4.81. So I'd actually lose money on that. So I got Nikki texting me while I'm recording the video. Nikki, I'll get back to you in a minute. So yeah, that one I'm going to chop into CEX and add that to the funds for the day. Then this next one, actually I didn't realise that the case was busted, so I'm going to have to get that swapped out before we take it to CEX. And that is Super Mario 3D Land. Once again, already got it on the 3DS. Absolutely brilliant game. I really love this game. And yeah, it just, for a handheld game, it was just stunning. The 3D on it worked really, really well. That one, so once again, paid £6 for that. Sells for £12 at CEX, so that'll be an £8 voucher. Goes for £8 on eBay, which would land us a total return of £2.81. So once again, we'd actually lose money by selling it on eBay. This next one is actually staying in the collection because we don't have it. And that is Adventure Time, The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom. I will admit, I know very little about Adventure Time. I've never watched the cartoons. I just don't know anything about it. But yeah, I saw it there. It was one that we didn't have in the collection, so I decided to grab it. Once again, paid £6 for it. It sells for £6 at CEX, £20 on eBay. So yeah, a really, really good pickup there. Then next up, we've got Luigi's Mansion 2. So this is the Luigi's Mansion 2, The Dark Moon or something like that, I think is the subtitle to it. I need to check mine, because I think mine actually does have the subtitle on it, whereas this one doesn't. So yeah, I need to check it. I don't know why I'm looking there, because my 3DS games have now moved down there. So yeah, if this is slightly different, I may keep it in the collection. But at the moment, the plan is to trade it into CEX when we next go. That one, once again, paid £6, sells for £12 at CEX, £8 voucher. Sells for £12 on eBay, which would land us £6.81p return. So that'd be about an 81p profit on that. So yeah, CEX is definitely the better option for that. And then the last 3DS game that we got was Animal Crossing New Leaf. This one goes for, this is actually the most expensive one actually at CEX. £18 at CEX with a 12, gives us a £12 voucher. Goes for £12 on eBay, which would give us a £6 and 81p profit. So yeah, definitely going to be a CEX trade in that one. Yeah, the Animal Crossing games, once again, I've never really got into them, never really played them. I think actually playing that to capture the footage was the first time I played it. But I will say, at the moment, I am actually thinking about scrapping gameplay footage for the 3DS. Purely because at the moment I use RetroArch to capture the footage. So what I do is I download the ROM, play it through RetroArch, but it is, I'd say it's playable about 40% of the time. When I was capturing the footage for Luigi's Mansion, just the intro section took about 20 minutes to play through. It was playing through so slow. And then once I actually got into the game, I think 10 seconds, and I was like, no, I'm done. Because it was running, I reckon, 3 frames a second. It was just atrocious. So yeah, until I can find a better option for capturing my gameplay footage, I'm probably going to stop including gameplay footage for the 3DS. But yeah, I am looking for other options. I think what I'm going to try and do is, I know there's a couple of options if you've got a jailbroken 3DS. So what I'm probably going to look to do, probably going to try and track down a cheap new 3DS. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy it specifically to jailbreak it, and then set up the video streaming on that. See how we get on. Yeah, it's probably not going to be something I'll get done quickly, but yeah, as soon as I can pick one up, I probably will. Right, so that is all of those. We've got 2 more bits left before we wrap the video up. So the last thing that we got from this seller was a boxed N64 game. So we have recently moved the N64 games away from the shelf behind me onto its own shelf, which was one of the Pokemon shelves. But I have to say, I absolutely love the way that shelf looks now. So yeah, we've now got plenty of room to get this into the shelf. And that is Jet Force Gemini. So this is a game that I've actually had on my wish list for quite a while now. And I've had it sitting in my eBay watch list for probably just as long. But yeah, to find a complete in-box copy at the boot fair, and it even come in the protective case as well. So the guy that I bought all this stuff off, we were talking for a bit as well. He was a collector, and he was basically just selling off his excess. So yeah, really chuffed to get that off him. Paid £15 for it, and it goes for £20 at both CEX and eBay. So yeah, really happy to finally have that in the collection. And yeah, as I say, to have it complete in box is really good. The box isn't in amazing condition. It's very tatty and very beaten up, but it's better condition than some of the boxes I've seen. Right, so now we get on to the final bit, and this one for me was a complete dice roll. I thought, do you know what, I'm going to give it a go. At the price that they were asking, or the price that I ended up getting it for, it was worth a shot. And that is an Oculus Rift S. So it is just the headset and the wires to hook it up to the PC. Doesn't have any of the controllers that go with it, but it does work, and I'm going to preface that with an asterisk. It does work, and I've played games using it. The only problem is there is there's a small burn mark in one side, but it's towards the bottom of your eye line, and I will say it didn't bother me. I was quite happy playing it, and for what I paid for this, I paid £20 for this. For £20 to get a near enough working VR headset, I was more than happy. And what even made it better for me was I have had a game sitting on my Steam list for when did that come out? Probably about 6 years now. I've had it sitting on my Steam list, and I'd refused to play it until I got a VR headset for the PC. So up until now, the only VR headset I had was my PSVR. But I was like, do you know what? I'm going to try that game with this headset, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will admit, it was a difficult one to play. Let's just say that. I don't really suffer from motion sickness or VR sickness, whatever you want to call it. I was feeling a bit queasy playing it. But yeah, the game that I was playing was Adrift. So you're essentially floating through space. So at points you're turning like that, and you're right away upside down, and I think you need a lead stomach to not at least feel something with that. But yeah, it was amazing to finally play that game. And I will say there's been a couple of VR games that I've played recently that I've really wanted to play, and they haven't disappointed me. I think the big one that I got recently, where was it? Where is it? Farpoint, basically. So we played that recently, and that had been one that I've been wanting to pick up for a while, ever since I picked up the AIM controller for the PSVR. And yeah, I have, once again, I thoroughly enjoyed playing that. I think I played that nearly an hour, I think I was on that. So yeah, there have been a couple of games that I've played recently that I thoroughly enjoyed. And I will admit, I am a big fan of VR. My only problem is it's still a bit twitchy. So like when I was playing Farpoint, the gun was drifting. So when I was capturing the footage for the video, I kept having to pause, recalibrate the gun, and then go back. Because I was finding that I was like going like that to just shoot straight. So yeah, there is still some work that needs to be done with it. I will admit I haven't tried the PSVR 2 yet. I am debating getting one because I think my VR has developed an issue with the cable. It does work, but it did cut out a couple of times for me. So yeah, I may look to get a VR 2 at some point. But at the moment, it's not high up my list. I think I need to buy my PS Plus membership before I buy a new VR. But yeah, I thought £20 for that, it was worth a punt. And I will say, yes, there is some damage to it, but for me, it doesn't adversely affect sort of playing with it. And I know especially on my Steam account, I've got quite a few games on there that I want to play. I can't remember if I've bought Half-Life Alyx yet or not, but if I haven't, that's going to be one that I'll be purchasing soon. I think I've got the Aperture VR, whatever it was. I think that was a freebie that you could get. I think I've got that in my library as well. So I've got a couple of VR games in my Steam library to play as well. Plus the ever-growing PSVR games that I'm picking up as well. So yeah, absolutely over the moon with that. The option to get a really good quality VR headset at the boot fair was just brilliant. So yeah, really chuffed with that. So that is all of the pickups for today, but before we wrap up the video, I'm going to quickly run through the totals because I'm just seeing how long we've been running for, and probably I don't want to try and avoid going over the hour mark, but I've probably failed. So total price paid today was £153 and 20p. Total price if we'd bought everything from CEX would have been £370. And if we bought everything from eBay, it would have been £399 and 50p. But one thing I did forget to say actually was for the Oculus Rift S, they go for £125 at CEX. That's grade C with the controllers. And then headset only, they sell for £50 on eBay. So I think I missed that out when I was sort of getting a bit too excited about VR. But with that said, that is going to wrap up today's video. So before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye.